Hello and welcome to Throwdown Thursdays. My name is David and today I'm joined by my good friend and fellow teammate James.
Hello!
And today we are playing Bears vs Babies. This is a card game similar to Exploding Kittens, made by the same people. Each player will be drawing from the same deck. The deck has been split into 3 different piles, so you can choose which one you want to pick from. And the deck consists of monster cards, effect cards, and baby cards. The idea of the game is to create monsters to fight the babies. Whenever you draw a baby, they get put face down in their corresponding colour pile. And then at any point during the game, you can say, I want to provoke. And if the amount of points that you have on your monster beat those of the babies, then you win those in points at the end of the game. And the game ends once all the deck is out. So just looking at your hand at the moment, James, consists of a couple of monster cards, body parts, and arms and limbs and stuff.
A real Frankenstein's monster going on here, David.
Yeah,
no
you
lie.
see, you've got that salmon at the moment. That is also a tank, and it has a T-Rex arm as well.
A squeezy toy, I think.
I've never considered that, actually. I think it's got little nunchucks as well. And you've also got a sloth there as well. So there's 3 categories. You've got the earth, you've got the wind, or water, and you've got the, is it earth, land?
Earth, land, and air babies, I think they call them.
Yeah. So when you're starting off the game, you kind of just want to build as many monsters as you can, or?
Well, your options are only as open as your hand, or the options that you've got in your hand.
Yeah.
So I had my bear and my salmon start off with in my hand. So you don't really want to use your bear, because it's like your rainbow card. When you provoke a baby army, if you've got that grizzly out, because he represents all 3 colours, you know, regardless of whether you provoke the army or not, that monster will go into battle against that baby army. So you sort of want to separate what pile you target.
Yeah, exactly. Earlier on just now, you and Ashley had quite a few points in the water-based babies, and when you attacked them, you had 5 at the point, but when the babies got flipped over, it accumulated 8. So collectively, you beat it, obviously, but because none of you had more than 8 or more points, you didn't gain those points. They just kind of get put to the side. But at the end of any provoke, all monsters get put into the discard pile, regardless of win or lose, basically.
Yeah, that was a slight misplay on my part.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you and Ashley have both lost your monsters, so no one's going to be if more water babies start coming out, no one's going to have the advantage at the moment, are they?
Well, no, I think Natalie got the green army.
Yeah, Natalie got the green army.
Yeah, so
a little bit earlier.
She's jumped. So she's taken the initiative, and that puts her ahead. So at this point, me and Ashley are playing catch up. We're having to go for the next available army, and it's a question of if you have those available cards in hand. Do I, at that point, you're like, do I use my rainbow bear? But yeah, it's
difficult, isn't it?
It is difficult, very difficult.
Do you try and, at the moment, you've got obviously one monster out. Do you try and make it as strong as you can? Because at the moment, each obviously limb gives you a certain amount of points. So the more limbs you have on it, the more points you're going to get for it. But at the moment, there's no red baby, so you're kind of keeping everything in your hand, aren't you?
This is where this is where I tend to overthink, and you really shouldn't try to overthink. The red baby army is empty at the moment, but I'm being very careful because, as you can see in my hand, I've got 2 hats, which potentially doubles your monster's points.
Yeah.
If one baby was to come out into that pile, there's something your opponent can do. Instead of taking 3 actions, they can provoke a baby army. Whether or not they have an army building in that colour themselves, just to upset the balance of, say, power on the field, they could provoke that baby army for you, and you would have to go in battle with that monster.
So, for example, you could provoke land on your turn and make Ashley and Natalie have their llama and bunny go in on that one card.
Oh, yeah.
You've spent one turn doing that, but you've reduced their army down to nothing, so in hopes that, when more green cards come out, you'll be able to get them.
Yeah, I'll be able to get it. But then again, as you say, someone could do it to me now.
Yeah, exactly. But do you really feel that's an option a lot of the time?
I think a lot of the time you're so involved in creating your baby, your monster, that you don't it's not always something. It's not at the forefront of your mind.
You're kind of playing your own game.
You're just playing your own game, or what I was at this point anyway. I was just looking to make up points and make some funny combinations in the process.
Yeah, exactly. So the babies, like, they range from 0. You got the fake baby. They're gonna have 1 point, 2 point, and 3 points. So even if you got 2 babies in there, they could still be maximum 6 points, or 1 or 0 points, couldn't they?
Yes. Another option you could go for. So you don't like combinations. There's obviously the head, the torso, the legs. But you can get cards which are just the torso, and they come with these like plug-in symbols.
Yeah.
And you can use plug-in attachments in order to give you. It reduces the power of your monster, but as a bonus, you do get extra actions.
Yeah.
As a bonus.
But obviously, once someone provokes that monster in, you lose all those actions, don't you? But I think Ashley was using that a little bit earlier. He had one monster with 2 of them, so he had 5 actions because it's a 3-player game.
I think he had it for a while and he utilised it really well.
Yeah, but once he lost it, that was pretty much it. There's a couple of other good cards in here, like the swap card. You can swap your heads around, or somebody else's heads around, and they're just dismember?
Yeah, the dismember. So
you can get rid of all their limbs and stuff, can't you?
So someone could be building an army. Like say, both of you, like me and Ashley, for example, in the beginning, say we're both going for the blue pile, and Natalie had her green army out. I could have swapped heads between Ashley and Natalie's monster.
Yeah.
And immediately given myself the advantage, in taking on a blue baby army and winning the points from that. I mean, I think throughout the game I had a pretty strong hand and some pretty strong cards there. I just didn't get the time, I didn't get the time or the appropriate heads, I think, to utilise. And
that's something that happens with the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're sitting there with a bunch of heads and can't really do anything with them because you've got no bodies, or you've got a body and a head but you've got really no limbs to give it extra power, you almost feel like you're out of the game, don't you?
You do.
Which is unfortunate. You made a pretty good play there. You saw that Ashley was, he doubled his power of his shrimp over there to make 10 points. So you decided to swap your water baby out, your water monster, sorry, and turn it into a land monster. So you've, no one else has got land at the moment. Ashley just triggered the last end of the round. He took the last cards, obviously. Yeah. Everyone gets one more turn after that. At this point, I think you only won two babies, I think it was. Two provokes.
Two provokes. I won 2 provoke armies, and like a couple of those held fake babies, which are worth 0 points. But yeah, and the other cards were like 1 points.
Yeah.
And I was set to provoke the last baby red part. I knew there was a 3 baby in there.
Yeah.
And because I put it in, I didn't know what the other red was, but I was pretty sure I had enough power to win that pile.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Unfortunately, in awesome Ashley style, Ashley played the lullaby card.
Yeah.
It doesn't send me to sleep.
No.
But it halves the pile of the army, of any baby army that he chooses, and he chose the red pile.
Yeah, so it can make a 5-stack baby pile into a 2-stack, or a 4-stack into a 2-stack.
Yeah.
But because there was only 2, put it to 1, and then so you lose out. And he got rid of the one that was on top, which was the 3, then he ended up with just 1, which is really unfortunate.
It was really unfortunate and a kick in the nuts, but that is the way the game is played, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We had a good round. I think it was a very good round. Natalie won this round, I believe. 15 points. Ashley, closely followed by Ashley with 12 points.
And very far behind.
Yeah, so well played, Natalie. Well done.
Unlucky to you, though.
Yeah, so next time she says, I'm no good at babysitting, I won't believe her.
Well, I don't know. Would you want her looking after your daughter with all those monsters?
Only if she doesn't create horrendous mixes with all her teddy bears, cutting them up and then reattaching them. That's just...
The other thing we didn't really talk about as well is the dumpster diving. So you can spend a whole action rather than drawing or playing monsters to go through the discard pile and take any one card. So if you're low on legs or arms or heads...
I did that quite a lot because when I was rebuilding an army for the blue baby pile, I was I think that's the point where I placed the mask on.
Yeah.
And I dumpster dive to my salmon again.
Yeah.
My faithful salmon. I said the only off-putting thing for me about this game is the artwork.
Yeah.
That was the only letdown for me because you look at the game map, Bears versus Babies. It's colourful, it's cute, And then the artwork on the cards for me was a bit of a letdown. But I was like, everything else works fine.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty nice. Because I remember the first time we played this, we didn't enjoy it at all. And then, you know, we sort of begrudgingly, the next time we played it, we were like, you know what, we're going to be making a video of this. We're going to probably be doing a comparison video. Let's just, you know, get as much experience as we can in before we do a video. And it was, the second game we played was really enjoyable. Yeah, really enjoyable.
I don't think I've ever won a game, but I still pretty much enjoy this.
Yeah, game. It is. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
For what it is.
For what it is.
Like you said, it's a very light game. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.